I hope Europeans appreciate their guaranteed time off. I was born and raised in the US. The more time I spend in the adult, full-time working world, I realize how fucked the US is compared to Europe. There is no guaranteed time off here. Hell, some employers give none at all. There is very little guaranteed time off for new mothers and no guaranteed payment for them. While it varies by country, Europeans generally enjoy at least 25 guaranteed days off a year plus holidays for every job, even low-level ones. As an American, one cannot believe how great that must be. Additionally, most if not all members of the EU offer at least 6 months maternity leave with some amount of payment to the family during this time. As one more bonus, basically all European cities are safer than American ones. Why the hell does anyone come to the US? Is it just easier than getting into Europe? I know immigrating to Europe as an American is very difficult, trust me, I've checked. Thought I'd mention what triggered this rant. I started a new job a few weeks ago that offers 10 vacation days and 12 sick days a year, with the majority being sick days. I assumed those could be used for vacation as well. Nope. 10 days only. It's BS. America has been selling itself as the land of opportunity for over a century. There were tropes about the streets of the US being paved with gold. They were so common that they made their way into songs from musicals and movies. America actually used to be a place where class mobility was one of the highest in the world. But that hasn't been the case since sometime between Nixon and Reagan. We've been coasting on the old ads since then. As a kid growing up in the UK in the 80s-90s, America was this amazing, sparkling place. As I entered the workplace, I wanted to work for American banks, tech firms, and the magical startup. 20 years later, having seen the reality of corporate America, I have a different view of the dream. Take one look at Norway, the Netherlands, Germany, etc., and you see a real idea about what is actually important. Why the hell does anyone come to the US? Propaganda and movies. One nice perk to add. Here in Europe, when you are sick, you're sick and not expected to work. That's where insurance does its job. We appreciate everything we have. However, a lot of our governments want to copy the American way. And a lot to improve anyhow. Our situations may be better. But Europe is not a utopia of wellness and equality. And now imagine, in Europe, if you get sick or go on vacation, you still have the job afterwards and don't have to be scared that you could be fired for staying healthy. I really do not understand the concept of limited sick days. Like, that shit is so dumb. If I'm sick, I'm not working. Simple as. You're starting to realize why the rest of the world laughs when Americans so vocally blow smoke up their asses about how wonderful their country is. The thing is, we're still being fucked over by the rich, those in charge, so yes, I'm glad I get 30-odd days off, but things aren't perfect by any stretch here. Cost of living is increasing heavily while workers get blamed for it for receiving pitiful rises. Unions are being increasingly demonized for resisting. Civil servants are attacked by governments trying to avoid responsibility themselves. We need to never stop asking for more until we have a fair society, and don't be jealous of the well-paid worker with decent leave. Be angry at the fucker who makes a fortune while underpaying their workers. As a European, I've always found it baffling how you people allow your employer's government to treat you. The French literally set their cities on fire at the suggestion that they might have to work past 62. Wanted to say something as someone from Europe, but after reading what you said over and over again, there's not so much left to say, really. God bless the unions, without them we'd be like the US. My last job gave us 5 days of PTO, including sick days. I took off 1 day for my boyfriend's grandma's funeral and 4 days because I got major surgery. And then I was already out of PTO for the whole year in April. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. Yes. I'm an American in the UK and I totally love my 30 days holiday. Plus my birthday off. Plus 2 or 3 extra free days off between Christmas and New Year. The 8 bank holidays. And the essentially unlimited sick days. It's one of the several hundred reasons I'll never move back to the States. Propaganda is a strong thing, isn't it? I don't know why anyone would come here either. The longer I live and the more I learn that I've been lied to my entire life about the is. Not only are we not the best country on earth, we actually have a lower standard of living than any of our peer nations. In addition to not having healthcare, be it free or universal or either, which incidentally some African countries do have, we have no type of paid time off, none, zero. No nationally mandated PTO. No sick leave. No maternity or paternity leave either. Welcome to shithole USA. This is the one thing about the US I couldn't handle. All the other complaints I could deal with. But my holidays are sacrosanct. You can take them from my cold dead hand. This year we've visited my wife's family in Norway. A week camping in Wales. A week on the beach in Greece. A week visiting my own family in England. The kids love it all. As do I. I still have 12 days of holiday to use by the 1st of January. Normally we'd sneak in a trip to Poland, but I need the days for a possible house move and a Christmas break. I've actually had a self-proclaimed European call me entitled once for wanting the same things in life as them. I was like, if you have something, how do you have a right to tell others they have no right to feel entitled to have those same things? Don't even get me started on those corporate big wigs who make the US branch offices work in the month of August while the rest of them go on holiday. How TF is that fair? Pretty much every developed country has some form of guaranteed time off. Except the USA, dude. There's nothing about appreciating what should be the bare minimums. We aren't slaves. I hope Americans start getting angry at their slave masters and figure their shit out. Growing up, your country was one that the rest of the Western world admired and wanted to see and move to. Nowadays the thought of coming over there seems like a terrible idea. Even for a holiday. I started a job in 1980 as a public health nurse. Canada had 4 weeks vacation to start then. 18 sick days yearly and a 35-hour work week. I don't understand the US. There is no guaranteed time off for new mothers. Barely half of US workers are eligible for FMLA. 44 have no mandated leave at all. Oh man, we do. I have 5 weeks of paid leave every year, 14 days. Every hour worked is either paid or compensated by more time off. Trust me. I say thanks every day for this. We do. We really do. I follow this subreddit to try and safeguard the privileges that we enjoy here in Europe. Having the right perspective makes one fight harder. Speaking as someone who's from Eastern Europe, Hungary, trust me, things aren't at all much better over here. Long working hours, shit pay, very high call for us Hungarians. It's a mess. I hate it here. Being working class in EE is just as bad as in the US. The Gov steals 60 of our income monthly. You couldn't pay me enough to live in the US. Not even $100 million. When I discovered Americans get 10 days off, I actually didn't believe it. I know you guys can earn way more than us. But for me, holidays are so important. I even pay for 5 extra days off a year out of my salary as a perk. I get 31 days off in total, not including bank holidays, and I wouldn't swap it to live in the US, even though I think it is a great place to visit. Government role in UK, I've got like 32 days off. I'm being chilling.